Oh, shitsies. All right, so today we're doing a drugstore makeup try-on haul slash first impressions. I have been carrying around a shit ton of drugstore makeup and dollar makeup from AOA. When I was in Houston recently, I went to the Shop Miss A store. I have an actual store, which is very, very thrilling. Picked up some stuff, and then I also have some new drugstore makeup to try out as well. And spoiler alert, there are some amazing products in today's video, so stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much. All right, so today is like primer day. I have quite a few primers here. They're all kind of different though, so I'm gonna attempt to use all of these today. This is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. This blew up on TikTok and I have never tried it. Okay, it looks like by the texture, it's gonna be like a smoothing primer. Did I just put way too much on? Possibly. It definitely has a sweet scent, but it's not like too overkill. Kind of smells like sweet sunscreen or something. Okay, off the bat, it seems like a fine primer. I don't know, you guys, sometimes the TikTok products are just like, there's so much hype that then you put them on and you're like, but maybe this primer really helps with the longevity. It's looking like a mild smooth, but don't worry, we have another blurring primer. This is the AOA Blurfection Face Primer. All of the AOA brand is $1 or $1.55, but I picked these up in Houston. So this is the Blurfection Face Primer. Looks like one of those balm kind of things. This reminded me of the Revlon one back in the day. Ooh, very soft. I'm surprised I haven't tried this one yet. Have I? I have a bunch of videos trying AOA makeup. I'll link it down below. All right, zoom this in a little bit here. I did a little something, I feel like. I'm really like pressing it in around my pores because that tends to work well for me with kind of blurring primers because you want to like actually fill in the pores. These two are working well together. Like there's no pilling happening. I'm gonna put a little bit right here. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so this I guess blew up on TikTok as well. I didn't realize that, but I had this on in Houston when I went to lunch with Dana and stuff. And she said my under eyes looked good, which it's a rare day if my under eyes are looking good. And all I did different was put this on underneath. It's the Line Fix. It's basically just like an under eye primer. I've used this probably like 3 times since then, and you need the tiniest amount, but you have to be careful because it is one of those that I feel like wherever it stops, you can kind of see the difference with your foundation and concealer, at least in the ways that I've used it so far. So I'm curious how this one blends with the other 2 primers I have on right now. It's pretty much only gonna touch like the NYX one, but I'm just gonna use a small amount between my fingers and prime the under eyes. If you have dry under eyes or a lot of creasing, it has like weirdly smoothed out my concealer. Things seem to be going really well over top of this NYX primer though. Okay, I'm gonna let all 3 primers, this is so excessive, sink into my skin right now before I go in with foundation, but we're gonna try the NYX Marshmallow Blender. I showed this in my Target Shop With Me Target haul video. If you haven't seen that one, I will link it in the end down below, but look at how friggin' cute this thing is. Haven't tried it yet, obviously. This thing is so cute. Okay, I'm gonna dampen this. Usually I feel like sponges that have a flat side work out really well for me. This is bizarre. I've never used a sponge like this. Okay, here's the thing. I have self tanner on right now. Obviously, I have on the Bondi Boost, not Bondi. I was getting Bondi Sand and Bondi Boost hair waver mixed up. The Bondi Sands Aero. It's one of my favorite tanners. Anyways, have that on so I don't have a foundation that matches me perfectly. I'm gonna try mixing the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Warm Sand with my Physicians Formula Butter Believe It foundation. No idea how this is gonna go. We will see, just to darken my foundation. Don't tell anyone, I'm literally mixing these on this packaging. We keep it super professional here, okay? Actually, pretty good. Need a paper towel. Okay, before that dries down, I'm gonna go in with the sponge. Ooh, this is feeling interesting. This sponge, I weirdly like it. The red tones in this concealer are definitely a little intense. It's actually looking like it matches better on camera. The sponge is feeling a little bit stiff. It's not like the softest thing in the world on my face, but it's also not bad. Like I'm kind of weirdly digging it. Whenever I do first impression videos, I always update the products in an upcoming speed reviews video once I've tested them more. So obviously I'm trying, you know, primer at the same time as a foundation concoction kind of thing. So it can be hard to tell what the primers are doing if you're not isolating things when you test it. So we'll update my thoughts on all these things in a speed reviews video coming up. Me trying not to show the internet my armpit. whatever is happening, it's looking pretty good. Definitely mixed it a little bit on the dark side, but once I put concealer on, I think it'll be fine, especially because the concealer I'm gonna try is like my fair skin shade. It's the AOA Porcelain Top Secret Concealer. They had this in their new section. Oh yeah, that shade is gonna be definitely too light. I actually got it also in the shade Amber, and I was intending to use this, trying it as like a cream bronzer, but I might actually mix the two shades. We're doing lots of mixing here. That shade is looking promising as a contour. I am very excited to try that as a contour slash bronzer shade. That looks like it has a really nice undertone. Whoa, that dried down very fast. I don't actually know if I'm gonna be able to like mix these. Okay, I'm just gonna take my brush and go right in because these seem like they dry very, very quickly. Okay, this concealer literally dries like almost instantly. I'm definitely gonna do some like highlighting with this just to bring some more life into my face. Just taking the lightest shade and kind of putting it on the middle of my face. And then we blend. I have two of my favorite e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator brushes. I use these for cream bronzer, cream blush, any cream products, because my intention is always to use one for blush and one for bronzer, but I end up just like grabbing whatever's in the bag and then they get all mixed up. But this one looks like it was last used for bronzer, so I'm gonna just go in with this one. It's time to clean the brushes, obviously. Okay, I've never been more excited. I'm gonna take the shade Amber and try it as a bronzer. Okay, pretty tone as bronzer. This was a great call. Before we move on, I forgot I got this coconut lip mask from AOA. I love their lip jelly, like strawberry cherry lip jelly. Gives you like a little bit of a super pretty pink color, and it's like nourishing and plumping. Those are great. I feel like that's one of AOA's best products. I do not like the scent of that one, so definitely more of a coconut gal. Okay, obviously I have foundation on my lips. I know that's a lot of people's pet peeve. Is that your pet peeve? Hopefully not, because I'm doing it right now. Actually, you know what? Just for you, whoever's pet peeve it is, look at that. That's how much I love you. Okay, we're going back in. Wow, a lot comes out. Very subtle coconut scent, which I don't mind. Feels very different than the lip jelly mask, but feels more like an everyday purse kind of thing. And I actually like that it has like a slight white tint. Definitely lightens a little bit, but I always like that look, like lighter lips. So I'm gonna let that sit on while I do the rest of my makeup before, you know, we do the lips. I don't have a new blush to try, so I'm gonna go in with my Dollface Believe Beauty. You can get this at Dollar General. It is one of the best cream blush formulas. Can my hair just chill, please? Debating if I wanna set the under eyes or not. Oh, let's see how the eye primer. Okay, yeah, so with this NYX primer, doesn't seem like the Revolution primer is doing anything weird. I can't see like the distinction, so that's interesting. It does feel like this primer is one that things just like glide really nicely over, not tacky at all. I think this one really struggles if you have any kind of like tacky base because it's like then clinging to it. So this one I feel like is a good combo there so far. Do I want to set my under eyes? I think yes. So I'm gonna take the L'Oreal 130 powder and just hope that this is dark enough. I love using powder foundations to set my under eyes. Oh yeah, it's a nice tone. That was a good call. Glad we did that. I'm gonna add a little bit to my chin. I think it's time to throw this away. Totally forgot I wanted to use the AOA Velour Highlighter, which normally I like to apply not on top of like a powder. It actually does feel like right here my face is still a little bit tacky, so let's go for it. Let's get wild today. Really living on the edge. So this, if you have not tried the AOA Velour Highlighters, they're hard to find. They were discontinuing them for a minute, so if you can get your hands on these, the shade Sometimes is my absolute favorite. I made Dana buy that when we were in the store. It is so pretty, but I wanted to try the shade Clumsy today. It's more of a pink kind of tone than Sometimes. Sometimes it's more of like a champagne, but especially for like a summery kind of look, springy summer, whatever season we're in, I think this shade might be pretty. Ugh, dude, these are unreal for friggin' $1. Are you kidding? If you have texture, this is one of those that I feel like lays really nicely over top. Last night I had the Burger King Impossible Burger Whopper. It is so good. I had it with Rach in Seattle and we were both amazed. It is so good. I feel like that's gonna be like my new go-to, you know, fast food kind of meal if I want one, because you can't even tell, really. You cannot tell that it's an Impossible Burger. But the key is you have to add your own condiments, okay? You gotta really add some more ketchup, mustard, mayo, pickles, really spice it up with your own stuff. Theirs is a little plain. Still thinking about it. Are you a condiment gal? I definitely am. And pickles, like, gotta add pickles to everything. The base is honestly looking really good for having 5 million like weird combos happening. It's looking nice. That's a great thing about mixing, is sometimes you can just find gems of a combo that might be hard to get with a single product, even though I was just mixing for the shades. So I have a new brow product to try. It's the Profusion Cosmetics. You can get this on Walmart, and it's their Good Brow Day Waterproof Brow Pen. I am always on the hunt for good brow pens because for some reason brands have a hard time making good ones. When I find a good one, I stick with it. Like my Milani brow pen, that's my favorite. But I'm gonna go in with a brow pencil first just to add a little bit of shape first. It's the Joa brow pencil in the shade Black Brown. You can get this, I believe, on Walgreens. Very affordable. This is one of my favorite brow pencils. I actually went through an entire one of these recently. Can't remember if I showed that in the vlog or not. So this is a second one I have. I brought all of these. This is excessive. You're getting some insider scoop. These are all of the brow products I brought with me for the last 5-6 months. And it's a little excessive, but we're working through them. This brow naturally like has more hair right now, so it's thicker than this one. So I've been trying to let this one grow in. It's just not growing in the way I want it to. So I've just been trying to make them even like a little bit more thick to this one. Now that I have the shape there, we're gonna go with the brow pen. This one's black, which normally I haven't been doing black. I like to keep it a little bit lighter on the brows now, but this was the only one they had in stock. So. And this I think was like $4. We love a deal. Who invented the we? Like, we love a deal, we love this, you know? A guy on Hinge last night, I've never had this happen. This reminded me because he said we, but he responded with a voice note to my like or whatever. Like, I liked him, we matched, and then he sent me a full-on voice note. I was like, that's actually really nice and refreshing. I feel like you're having a conversation. Okay, very nice packaging. I like the, reminds me of Huda Beauty a little bit. Looks like a nice brush tip. Here's the applicator. Oh, shitsies. Okay, I'm getting really nice fine tip. Yes, folks, might have a winner. Yeah, okay, if you just press lightly, can definitely get some nice strokes. Milani one might have a little competition. So far so good. I actually like those two together too. I like the tone. It is darker, but this one's more of like a gray tone. The Joa is a little bit, has a little warmth in there. Okay, just primed my eyes. I have a couple different eyeshadow products we're gonna try today. This is the AOA Trio. Doesn't actually say a name or anything. Looks like 3 metallics. And then I have this LA Girl Dream Glitter Iridescent Liquid Shadow. The shade in the bottom looks really pretty. It's the shade Sugar High. So I just need some matte shades, so I'm gonna take the ColourPop Gone Matte. It's what I've been reaching for. It is beautiful, and there's so many warm and cool options. So I'm gonna take this one right here. By the way, I did prime my eyes already. I think I wanna keep it just like pretty soft with the eyeshadow, so now I'm gonna go in with the Trio. Oh, that looks so pretty. Okay, I think these are ones that you need to wet, but they look like they have potential. Let's start with the middle shade, I think. I'm gonna use my, look, this friggin' mini MAC Fix Plus. You are so cute. Why are many things cute? I just totally missed the brush for 2 sprays. Okay, pretty. And then while the brush is still slightly wet, I'm gonna take that first shade. It looks a little more cool toned. I'm gonna bring that towards the inner corner. Nice. It's gonna add some pink tones, it looks like. We need to use this, look at this thing. I'm gonna take the Cuddles again, that shade, and blend it on my lower lash line. I wanna try this eyeliner by Flower Beauty. I actually have the pencil liner and the wing liner, but I think first I wanna do a really smudgy upper lash line. This is in the shade Onyx. So I think I'm gonna make it a bit smoky up there, smudge it out. Just taking a flat liner brush and smudging. This is one of those that smudges out to a kind of blue shade. Yeah, it doesn't look like pure black, definitely has a blue undertone to it. So I basically just keep smudging until I get like a wing shape. Feels really creamy. I don't love the color for this purpose. Okay, there's a lot of sounds happening in this apartment right now. That heater was making that sound. Hopefully you guys can't hear it with this mic, but the heater was making that sound for like 4 hours yesterday. I'm gonna do this winged liner and just go, I don't know what we're gonna do with this actually. Let's see. This is a felt tip. Not my usual favorite, but let's see. Ooh, very black. Very, very black. And it has a nice tip, like it's pretty easy to get a wing. Okay, you know what? That was pretty fast and pretty easy. I'm gonna keep testing this one for sure. Look how black that is. Been testing a few new mascaras. These will be in my speed reviews, but these two I've been testing. So far really liking this one. but I have a third that I want to try today. This is the new Voluminous Noir Balm Mascara by L'Oreal. For some reason, the name Balm in a mascara doesn't sound super appealing. I feel like it's gonna like transfer all over the place, but that's just what comes to my mind. I might do lashes today, I might not, depending on how this looks, but looks like, oh, it's one of those flexible ones, which typically isn't my favorite. I feel like it's harder to control. I can tell it looks like maybe a mix of bristles. Like some look rubbery and some don't. Hold up. It's gonna be hard to tell because of this massive wing, but I might like this. It's a very wet formula off the bat, so if you don't like that, you'd have to let it, you know, air out for a week or so. Not fully open, just like open it and then close it and let it kind of dry down. It's definitely a super wet formula. So far looking really nice, and it looks really black. Everything's looking black today. Why is this one hair going straight down, sir? I'm excited to like play around with this, layer it with different stuff, because this one has potential. Looking really nice. I think I'm gonna attempt to do some Ardell 810s. I say attempt because I got these off Amazon and they're like defective, like pulling them off the band, half of them break. So if I can get them off, we're gonna go in with these. I love these lashes, the 810s, but for some reason, yeah, like seller I ordered from on Amazon, definitely defective. So just get them through Ulta or Target or something. Okay, this look just got a little dramatic. I ended up not being able to use those lashes. Like I said, they don't come off the thing. They get all like crumpled up together, which is super annoying because then you just waste an entire pair of lashes, and that's happened to me with like 3 of those. So I went in with the Salon Perfect Demi collection, $6.92, and these are obviously pretty dramatic. Then I put on a little bit, just a tiny bit of mascara on my lower lash line. So now we're gonna go in with Kokie Warm Nude Liner, one of my favorite drugstore, actually not drugstore, just all-time favorite liners. It just goes with everything. Oh, I have on that lip mask. I'm gonna get that off. Wow, that really like doesn't want to go over the lip mask. So maybe don't put that on if you're planning on putting lip product, like use it at night. Okay, let's hope this liquid lipstick goes on better. I'm gonna try this AOA. This is in the shade Pecan. Oh, this is a blush. Could have used that. I did have a blush. Let's see that. Oh, that looks pretty. It's like a pretty peachy shade. Should I just use a liquid blush? Let's use a liquid blush. I feel like it's a pretty shade. It's like the shade I'm going for. It's like peachy pink. Yeah, this is the shade I want. Obviously not a lip product, so probably won't have like the best lasting power, but it's the peachy shade I was going for. Should we do a gloss? I do have a drugstore gloss I've been testing. This is new from L'Oreal. It's in the shade Celestial Blossom. I love these like pink kind of tones typically. This one is fine. Like it's a pretty gloss. I'm not obsessed with it. It's just like a pretty average gloss to me. And it does have like a floral scent, which I don't love. But the formula does feel really nice and like lightweight on the lips. It's not like a super sticky gloss or anything. So this is the final makeup look. I'm gonna go through some of the standout products, things I think you should try and that I'm very excited to keep testing. Definitely the wing liner shocked me because I'm not usually a felt tip liner person at all, but this was very easy to create the wing and also just super, super black. Like went over the metallic shade really well, and it just looks very, very dark. So if you're someone who likes like that rich black, so far so good. I also brought it like, you know, in towards my inner corner, and a lot of liners when I do that can kind of bleed, and this one so far did not. I think I could totally pass on this liner though, just because of the color and how it blended out, but maybe it'll be a good waterline one. I think with wetting these, you can totally make them work and it looks really pretty. I don't feel like you need to like especially go out and buy the top coat, but I feel like I've had better like liquid glitter. Like I really like the Catrice ones. Do they still make those? CoverGirl, like I just like some other ones better from the drugstore. This sponge looks like it's had a rough day. I'm gonna have to keep trying this. I'm confused. I like love it and hate it at the same time. If you have not yet tried the Velour Highlighters from AOA, you need to. This one is so beautiful as well. Get the shade Sometimes or Clumsy if you like more of that like pink tone, but I'm definitely gonna be reaching for this a ton. We had a lot of winners in this video now that I'm looking at everything, but I'm super stoked about this combo. I feel like my base right now is looking good. My under eyes are looking really nice, and I do think this definitely does something. A lot of winners. The brow pen. I'm not sure how I feel about the concealer formula so far. It is very fast drying, but like I said, my under eyes are looking good, so could just be that under eye primer or the combo of these. I'm really excited to keep trying this as a cream bronzer. And then I will keep testing the concealer as well. And the mascara. Wow, what a winning makeup day today. So I'm gonna have everything linked down below in the description box that I tried out today. My jewelry, shirt, everything else is listed down below in the description box as well. This was fun. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye. Blaine.